Well, hey, Pupsy. Hey, doggo. How's it going? So, the kid's bringing the rest of that frame out back. He's tore all the bumpers off. I know he's been working on his wheels, so he's going to be mounting up his wheels and tires for the truck. We started bleeding the brakes, only to realize that one of the lines is buggered, so he's going to have to order a replacement. I guess we had a bad, one of his new lines were junk, so I don't know what the deal is. So he's ordering another one anyways. So we can't bleed the brakes till that's done. But I think that's all he's going to get done tonight is probably get all of his wheels on and have them balanced. We're going to try to do the 4x4 shifter, but if that happens, I don't know. Well, this one's been a hard thing to document because the kid's doing a bunch of work and I'm not around. And then when I am around, I'm helping him, so it's hard to actually film, or it's not very exciting. But anyways, we'll do an update anywho. We got her running last night. We still have to tweak on the clutch, but the clutch feels good, it works good. Kind of drives forward, back. We have to put a button onto the throttle here because we don't have for this to connect onto. So we found one on an old Aerostar van. So the kids cut one off. We're going to buzz it on here, so this will function again. He's got his front bumper mounted, but we still have to work on, like we have the main brace in there done. We still have to work on the side bracing. So that is to get done. I guess as you can see, tires are on. We have just loosely mocked the shifter, which is probably not going to be permanent. We'll be messing with that yet. He's got his exhaust is all done. He's got his rear hitch. I don't know if he's got his good bolts yet. We still have to make the rear bumper fit. We have to bolt the bed down. He's got all the bolts for it, so that needs to get bolted down. We still have to deal with the 4x4 and the front drive shaft, but for now we're just trying to make it mobile just so we can move it in and out of the shop as time permits and he needs. So that's kind of an update where we're at. You know, it's kind of sucky. This is not one of my normal documentations when I'm building something here, but it's getting done. At least I'm giving you a few updates what's happening. It's not like my traditional build because I'm really not doing a lot of it. Well, I'm doing a bunch of it, but not all of it. If that makes sense. So we found a harness. We have everything wired out, but we might switch everything out for mechanical gauges anyways. So basically we're just going to use the start and then the other for charging, for the charging system. We'll have to figure out an air filter and stuff yet. But yeah, we're almost there. Just getting close. Not sure where I am for updates on here. But anyways, got the boy to pull out his dash. We're going to try to retrofit some like just 2-inch gauges in it. We're not going to use the Speedo because it is mechanical and well, the transmission's electric, so we're going to put an aftermarket Speedo in it and we're just going to run mechanical like oil, water. What else we got going on in there? Probably run a volt and then we'll do all aftermarket. I think he's got a volt gauge, oil, temperature. We might run his boost gauge on the one side. We'll change out the fuel gauge and he might put a fuel gauge with an EGT gauge on there and then the Speedo. So first thing we got to do is basically pop this cover off and see what I'm dealing with. So we got this off. This is kind of like chintzy plastic looking thing. So I'm not really pumped about that. This thing's like, you can barely see through it. It's just complete crap. Anyways, I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm going to take all these out, and I'm going to see if I can be a complete idiot about this and just like sink my gauges in here and it'll just work. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm not sure about the speedo part. I know he's going to order something. I got my 1 gauge for this truck, and I'm just doing what I did on the General, which is just the GPS. But I did find a unit that actually, like, this is a GPS speedo, but this one actually had like the high beam and the signals in it. So that's like a super win for this truck. But for this one, it looks like a fail. That's awesome. So I'm gonna have to build something to fasten that in there somehow. I know he's got some other gauges for this, so I'm gonna grab one, see how it fits into here. So I'm wondering if we can just blindly just do that, throw it in the dash, and whatever. When he puts the cover on, it just is what it is. I don't really know how folks do that. I know everybody does it, but I never paid much attention to it. So hopefully it's as simple as just, oh yeah, this is gonna work out. I'll pop all these out, and we're pretty much gonna start with a clean slate. Well, I'm kind of pulling all that stuff out and realizing these suckers seem to just fit nicely in there. Well, they don't, but it's very minimal modifications, and you can kind of just scab them straight into the original dash. So, like, I don't know, that's gonna be not too shabby. I am liking that. So we'll figure something out. This shouldn't take too much work, actually. And then you just bolt the dash in. That's probably what a lot of folks actually do. Now that I look at it. Neat. Still, I don't think this is gonna fit. I think this still falls through. Yippers. So we still got to come up with a plan for that. Because this one's not, this is not working so well. I don't think it needs too much. You can probably find a simple way to do that. Well, not 100% how I like this, but it's not terrible. There's kind of a, you just kind of hack and slash at everything. These other gauges are all in the truck right now, I think. If I got them out, we could kind of test fit and see how they all go, but I don't know. It's sort of working out. I just have to figure out this part yet. But it's not even crazy out, because I think we can almost cut a ring that this thing fits in and glue it onto here, and it would just be totally fine. So this is actually turning into a lot easier than I thought. So I guess that's why everybody always has aftermarket gauges all in there. I'd like it to be a little more square, but I'll let the boy figure that out. For the most part, it works right now. Anyways, I'll kind of see how he likes that. Not that he has much choice, because I've kind of wrecked everything and he's kind of committed now, but hey, we'll keep plugging away. She's almost there. Almost. Like I said, she we backed her up, so she moved there under her own power at this point. How you like that combo? That's pretty neat, eh? Unfortunately, on the back, he's going to have to cut the center out because the axle kind of pokes past it. But he does have all the hubcaps, so it'll have the rear hubcaps, but it's almost like the 4x1 in the front. He's going to have that one in the back. It's kind of backwards to what GM had going on. Anyways, till tomorrow, I'll let him have a look and see what he thinks. Well, doodling around, seeing how these are all close to the face, What I might do is make a piece that fits to the inside of this ring. It'll bring the gauges up a little closer to the front, but that's not that big of a deal. And then I think once I doodle it on the table, I'll know better, but I might be able to stack the last 2 gauges up over here, top and bottom, if I do that. That'll get him his fuel gauge and his volt gauge he can put on this side, so then you'll have all the gauges sitting straight front, right in the center. Unless it fits up here. I guess you could do that, but whatever. We'll try this first. I'll doodle this on the plasma table and I'll see. It's my little caddy program and I'll deal with that. But I'll measure these all up, those, and we will figure something out. So here's what I came up with. Hopefully that fits in the hole, and that should fit both gauges. Okie dokie. See if this worked out. So that, ooh, look at that. That just fits. That's pretty good. So that means this one should fit good. Just. And how accurate did I do this? A million turns. All right. And. Oh, that is so tight. Just a smidget. Thought to trim that a wee bit. Well, I don't know. I think that looks okay. So that'd be cool. Unless that's hitting something. That may be what's happening. But that should work. When these get trimmed out, a feller will be able to put 2 gauges in here. These aren't quite right. That's okay. We can fix that. But there should be just enough room for them, so win. Now this is glued in. Just because I got to pull those other gauges out, but this one's in place where it should be. And well, he's still got to pull those out of his other truck. So, anyways, as far as we got with that, we gave her a front end alignment, so we did that part quick. Got the e-brakes in. It's got coolant in it. Although I don't know why he did that, because he's still got to put the temperature gauge in. She's getting close. We're going to bolt the box down tomorrow. What else are we doing? I think we were going to just drive it out, because it can do that now. But maybe just drive it up and down the driveway. I don't know if he wants to get his gauges in first, so I don't know. We'll see how he gets with that yet. And then, yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. See if Trevor comes out and if we work on his coupe there or not. Anyways, this is going to be a really scatterbrained video on this one because it's kind of just jumping around. I haven't been doing a lot of building myself on it. I've been kind of helping him a little bit, but I haven't been filming because I've just been the monkey. I've been just grabbing wrenches and stuff for him, for the most part. All right, where have we been? It's been a while. But tonight the plan is we're gonna move this sucker in and we're gonna get the dash all in working. Hopefully we can do that, get his box bolted down, and actually take this thing for a little drive. That'd be nice, but we'll see how the boys' time is, and then we'll kind of work it from there. Anyways, I'm waiting for him to show up, and then we're gonna shove it into the shop and kind of do a bit of work on it. Well, he has gone for his first little drive up and down the driveway, mostly to get to see if his steering's straight, and I can guarantee he didn't pay any attention to that. But that'll officially be his first drive in the truck. So we didn't get as far as we wanted last night, but we did get, well, the kid did take it for a drive, so that's cool. He's got a longer drive in it than I did. All we got done, well, all he got done for the most part, was he got the oil gauge in and the temp gauge in. We still got to do the boost, EGT, all the other ones. We got to work on these batteries, because we got to do longer cables and then connect it over the other side, to which I have to do some work here to get that to fit. So I got to move this clamp. It should just fit. I think we're going to take out this battery tray, or we're going to cut out this thing so we can sink in a filter. We're going to run the filter under this charge tube. Hopefully that works. Alrighty, well, tonight I'm going to go help the kid here. I'm going to blindly wire up his alternator, get that going. Got a bunch of cables out of the shed, so I'm just going to run the battery cables across the top so I can connect those two, get the charging system hooked up to it, get some power to that junction box, even though I don't know what it's for. To which then I can get power to out of the harness for the headlights and all that jazz, power for the truck. We'll get the ignition in, well, it's in, wired, and a few things like that. Should be fun. Not very exciting, but nonetheless, we'll get her done, right? So I'm going to do those few things for him quick. I'm not going to wire his dash, but I'm going to pull this away, and I'm going to disable, I'm going to dismantle the original plug that went behind the dash and pull and label the wires for him, and then he can wire up the dash how he wants. So that's where we're at. We got the shifter in there, you've seen that. So there's a few things. I guess the steering wheel's about that crooked, so we just gotta straighten her back up. Should be easy peasy. Anyways, let's get started. So we know we got our toe in right, so really the only thing to play with now is this link here, which just goes straight to the steering box, and this will straighten out his steering wheel, or at least I'm hoping it'll get it close, and then we'll snug it up. If it's as crooked as he said. I never drove it, so I don't know. I may have overshot it there. I'll leave it for now. We'll see how it is. We'll snug that up, and then I'll start slinging out some battery cables here, see how things look. It's got 2 battery boxes because the truck was a diesel, so we will try to get those things mocked up. He's gonna have to put a longer cable downstairs there because the one from the starter only makes it about yay close. Thought we had a thicker cable like this. I don't know where it is. I don't think the stuff I got is that thick. He may want to get some new cables then. That's what happens when you have no water in your water table. Smoky. So this is all cut out on the table. These are all the screw holes. This thing will sit on to accommodate the hose, to which the end result goal here is that this thing sits on here, and then we're just going to screw it to the filter. Seeing how we don't have any box or any other filter to use, that should work better than no filter. So now to weld this sucker up. So the filter's going to work not bad, but my idea of screwing it on is not going to work. So I'm going to have to cut another plate for the bottom, and that way we can just do some self-tappers to squish this in and sandwich it together. Should be fine. It's a smaller filter, but until he cuts out this fender well and stuff, he can at least kind of use the truck. But then you can put like a better, like a K&N or some kind of a better filter anyways in there. I have just temporarily stabbing power to the inside of the cab, and I'm gonna go pull his dash out. I started, but what I gotta do is thumb through this plug for him and pull everything out that he needs and label it for him, just to make his life a little easier. And then he can wire up everything the way he wants. So I won't bother boring you with that because that doesn't seem like fun. But there's a couple I have to grab from the original dash and pin it out. So that is what I will do. I'm just gonna mark these out and label them to what they are, or what I think they are, what they should be. And I don't need any of those gauges. It's mostly just the fuel gauge I need to know. Everything else I can kind of pull power and figure it out. Anywho, let's start tracing. Alrighty. No idea if this will make sense to people, but so we got our left, no, our right, our left signal, to which if you trace it out, it comes up to here, right? So there's the right, left. This is a common ground that gets shared everywhere. So that's for, like his Speedo has that. So basically I'm going to tear these out. This one goes over here to the fuel gauge. So I know this one is like a common power because I trace it, and it's actually, it slings along a whole bunch of things on its path, so it's powering them. And then the other side of this thing kind of scoobies around the top and comes over here, so that tells me that that one is going to be the fuel gauge. This is the high beam, which comes around to there. There's my volt gauge, and pretty much everything else we don't care because it's all going to be new stuff or mechanical. So now to power up the truck and test my theory that these are right, and we should be golden. Alright, so I've kind of peeled apart this mess, labeled what he needs, so now he'll have to wire it to this mess. And how nice he does that will be up to him, not me. Anyways, on to something else here. Alright, revision 2. First one didn't work out well, the whole screw thing. So we made a plate on top, added a doodad in the middle, and ta-da, filter. 2-inch will slam into there. Alright, next day, haven't got much done. Well, I got a little bit of stuff done there. We got the filter blocked in there. The kid's still got to go around and finish up all of his wiring and stuff. Like this is for the alternator. This was like the voltage regulator, stuff like that. But he's got to decide how he wants to clean the wiring up. I kind of done that. Like I say, we left it at, he's gonna have to do all of his dash wiring and stuff like that yet. And we don't have a very big list as far as to make it mobile, because it's not important right now. So we don't have the front drive shaft on, and we still have to do the 4x4 shifter into the cab. But that might be a little later, because I know he wants to process and get his other truck gone and get this one going. So it might take a little, might be a little more of a down the road. We'll get those going. So we don't have a huge list at this point to finish up before she's mobile, but she's getting there. She is definitely getting there. But I feel at this point, this is about as long as I want this video. I'm kind of feeling that the next video, she's pretty much going to be just about done, or driving. So that's the goal. She's going to be done. Not so much my goal, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the kids' goal, because I haven't been really giving her on this one as I normally do. But anyways, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.